Good afternoon, Philip, Lena, Kim and Elizabeth. Could I ask you to make sure that your mobile phones are either turned off or on silent? Today is for celebrating, so please ensure you immerse yourself in today's ceremony. Philip, take a deep breath, breathe it out. Your beautiful bride has just arrived. Today, I would like to begin by acknowledging the Turrbal people, traditional custodians of the lands and waterways on which we gather today, and pay my respects to their elders past and present, and recognise their strength and wisdom, and extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here today. As we join this afternoon in this beautiful celebration of marriage, may we honour those who were here before us. Family, friends, I am here today, family and friends here today. My name is Robin Lyon. I'm an authorised civil marriage celebrant and am honoured to be here to perform this marriage ceremony today. On behalf of Philip and Chloe, I would like to welcome you to this wonderful occasion. As you've all been important in Chloe and Philip's lives, they have chosen you to share this moment as they celebrate their love and make a lifelong commitment to each other. At this time, we'd like to take a moment of silence to remember those who are not here with us. Uncle John, Philip's Uncle John. May we always remember Chloe's grandmother Cherie and her auntie Joyce. Please cherish the memories of these family members and all others who live on in our hearts. Chloe and Philip, know that they are smiling down on you and are with you in spirit. We'd also like to acknowledge Chloe's father George, who was unable to be here with us today due to overseas work commitments, and Philip's mother Jane and father Edward, who will not arrive in Australia for a few more months. Which is why we are videoing this ceremony, and many of you will be enjoying the video of this ceremony when Chloe and Philip have their big celebration party. Chloe and Philip, you have given careful thought to the step you are taking today. A passion for history and travel, along with an extroverted conference facilitator, is what drew you two together. But love is why you stand here today. So let's talk about love. Love is complex. Love is an emotion that keeps people bonded and committed to one another. Love is a choice to commit to helping, respecting and caring for one another. Love is a willingness to prioritise another's well-being or happiness above our own. When we fall in love, we experience strong feelings of passion and an intense longing for someone, to the point where we constantly think about wanting to be in their arms. When we are in love, we open up our hearts. Each experience deepens our bond and strengthens our feelings of emotional intimacy and commitment towards our romantic partner. Philip and Chloe, as those present today bear witness to your love, it is clear to see that it is most definitely passionate, respectful, intimate and committed. A love that has already shown that it can weather difficult storms, or more accurately, a pandemic. When I met Chloe and Philip to plan for today, the love story they shared was definitely a unique one, and if not for a creative conference facilitator, may never have happened. Philip explained that they were both attending a secondary school conference in Singapore and discussing strategies for organising students into groups. The facilitator asked them to form two circles, an inner one and an outer one, with the outer circle of people moving in a clockwise direction until they were told to stop. Philip stopped in front of Chloe, and as the saying goes, the rest is history. Philip and Chloe, during that session, you discovered you both taught history and geography, loved to travel, were teaching at international schools in Singapore, and have moved around a lot as children. So much to talk about and share. Chloe, over the next 2 days, Philip admitted that he kept looking out for you in the different sessions, so he could accidentally bump into you again. At the conference dinner on the last night, you found yourself seated at the same table. Place cards may or may not have been switched. However, by the end of the night, you had exchanged numbers and organised to catch up the following week. Love was definitely in the air. Philip, looking back on that night, you admitted to it probably being a bit stalkerish. But there was just something about Chloe that made you want to spend time with her and get to know her more. Chloe, from your perspective, you phoned your best friend Nana, who is also your beautiful bridesmaid and witness today, and said, I met someone and he's so lovely and he might be the one. Looks like you were 100% correct. However, every good love story has a twist, and yours was COVID-19. Chloe, 6 months later, with the pandemic changing the world, you made the hard decision to come back to Australia with your daughter Rose. Long telephone calls and Zoom dates became your norm. Philip, I asked Chloe to tell me about a memorable Zoom date, and she said it was when you both decided to cook a roast dinner and eat together. However, you somehow managed to get the oven setting wrong. So while Chloe and Rose ate a lovely roast dinner, you had eggs on toast. Needless to say, I'm not quite sure if you'll be trusted to do the cooking in this marriage. Unless that was your plan all along. Your next 2 years had their challenges, but Philip and Chloe, you are truly a shining example that love, true love, is worth fighting for, and that when you find it, you need to grab onto it with both hands. I'd now like to invite Chloe's mother, Elizabeth, to do a reading titled The Day of Your Wedding.
Together you share the joy of a deep commitment and a sacred trust. You have given each other the most precious gift of love. Treasure it, nurture it, and encourage it. You are sharing something rare and beautiful. Always speak the truth and listen attentively so that you may understand each other's thoughts and intentions. Inspire each other by sharing your accomplishments. Say, I love you often to retain the warmth between you. Remember to laugh a lot even when you're angry. After all, you're each other's best friends. Stand together and for each other always. Be content in mind and spirit. Make each day a blessing and a fulfilment of your dreams.
Thank you, Elizabeth. That was wonderful. That poem is a reminder that a successful marriage needs to be tended. So like a beautiful garden, it can continue to grow and bloom. Philip and Chloe, your marriage brings together two different families, two unique storylines, so a new chapter in your lives can begin to unfold. Although this relationship was formed out of the love you have found in each other, your marriage will ultimately be blessed by the support of your families. Elizabeth, can I ask you to stand up again, please? On behalf of yourself and George and Philip's parents, on behalf of yourself and George and Philip's parents, Jane and Edward, if you are willing to continue to provide your love and strength to this marriage, please reply to the time-honoured and traditional question, who brings this couple together to marry? Do you offer support and grant them your blessing? Thank you so much. Please take your seat. We have now arrived at the point in the ceremony we have all been looking forward to, where Chloe and Philip, you make your commitments to each other. Before I start, I must state that I am duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to law. Before you are joined in marriage in my presence and the presence of these witnesses, I am to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are now about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into for life. Philip and Chloe, we now come to the words you want to say the most. The words that take you across the threshold from being engaged to being husband and wife. Please hold each other's hands. Remember that in every marriage there are good times and bad, times of joy and times of sorrow. Marriage is a journey, a time of adventure and excitement, enhanced by the love, trust, dedication and faith you share in one another. May the promises you make today be lived out from this moment on. Tomorrow can bring you the greatest of joys, but today is the day it all begins. Philip and Chloe, as you look at each other now, always remember this moment. Philip, do you love Chloe willingly and completely, withholding nothing? Do you promise to protect her and give her your deepest consideration for her feelings, desires and needs? Will you strive to keep your love flexible and adapt to changing circumstances in the marriage? And will you be Chloe's confidant, helper, sweetheart, lover, and her best friend from this day forward?
I will.
Chloe, do you love Philip willingly and completely, withholding nothing? Do you promise to protect him and give him your deepest considerations for his feelings, desires, and needs?
I do.
Will you strive to keep your love flexible and adapt to changing circumstances in the marriage? And will you be Philip's confidant, helper, sweetheart, lover, and his best friend from this day forward?
I will.
I'm sure you would all agree that there are no vows more meaningful and powerful than those which will be shared here today. Philip and Chloe, your wedding vows are a sacred declaration of your love for each other, the foundation of your relationship as a married couple. Philip, repeat after me.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Philip Gorton, take thee, Chloe Rose Hendricks, to be my lawful wedded wife.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Chloe Rose Hendricks, take thee, Philip Golden, to be my lawful wedded husband.
Chloe and Philip, you've asked to have the opportunity to share personalised vows that you have written for each other.
There are no proper emotions, no words for what I feel today. The idea that you are to be my wife is unbelievable. I know that I'm the luckiest man alive. When I first met you, I couldn't have imagined that I'd end up here. I was just determined to get your phone number so I could see you again. I wish I could stand up here and promise you the world, but we both know the harsh reality of life. COVID-19 taught us that. But what I do promise is that whatever life has in store for you, it has in store for us. I promise to love you unconditionally through thick and thin, to tell you I love you every single day for the rest of our lives. I take you to be my wife in the full knowledge that I have the most wonderful woman the world has known.
Philip, you are my best friend, and together... Sorry, I just got it so wrong. Philip, you are my best friend, and together we shelter each other from the chaos of the world and create a place of peace. I vow to appreciate how lucky I am to have a man who makes me feel the way you do, beautiful, cherished, and loved. I vow to grow with you and build with you a better life each day as we learn from each other to be patient, kind, giving, and to always cherish each day together. I vow I will always work to make you feel as special and as wonderful as I do each moment that we are together. I vow to teach you how to use the oven properly so we can finally have a good roast meal together. Thank you for loving me and for loving Rose. She loves the voices you do when you read her bedtime stories. I take you to be my husband in the full knowledge that I have the most wonderful man in the world as my husband.
What beautiful vows. Philip and Chloe, the wedding ring is the universal symbol of marriage. The rings which you are about to exchange are a symbol of the truth of the vows you have just spoken to each other. They will remind you daily that you are married. They will remind you that there is one other person in the world that has pledged to love you forever, through thick and through thin, and with all that they have. Kim, could you please pass Philip the ring? Philip, please take Chloe's ring, place it on her finger, and repeat after me.
Chloe, I give you this ring, that I will love, honour and cherish you at all times, in all places, and in all ways. With this ring, I give you my heart. From this day forward, my heart shall be your shelter, and my arms shall be your home. With this ring, I marry you and bind my life to yours. It is a symbol of my eternal love, my everlasting friendship. With this ring, I make you my wife.
Chloe, please take Philip's hand, place the ring on his finger, and repeat after me.
Philip, I give you this ring as a reminder that I will love, honour and cherish you at all times, in all places, and in all ways. With this ring I give you my heart, and this day forward you shall not walk alone. My heart will be your shelter, and my arms will be your home. With this ring I marry you and bind my life to yours. It is a symbol of my eternal love, my everlasting friendship. With this ring, I make you my husband.
Oh, beautiful. Philip and Chloe, you have chosen to include a marriage box ceremony in your wedding ceremony, one which you will be able to repeat every year on your wedding anniversary. Then, could you please pass the wedding box to Philip and Chloe? Philip and Chloe, this marriage box ritual is inspired by the wedding box poem by J. Allen Peterson, which says that most people get married believing in a myth that marriage is a beautiful box full of all the things they have longed for: companionship, intimacy, friendship, etc. The truth is that marriage at the start is an empty box. You must put something in before you can take anything out. There is no love in marriage. Love is in people. People put love in marriage. There is no romance in marriage. You have to infuse it into your marriage. As a couple, you must learn the art and form the habit of giving, loving, serving and praising, keeping the box full. If you take out more than you put in, the box will become empty. Today, Philip and Chloe, you're going to place your wedding vows into the marriage box. Every year, just before your anniversary, you will need to find a quiet moment to write a love letter to each other. These letters are an opportunity for you to reflect on the year and all the ways you have continued to fall more in love with each other. These letters can also celebrate and recognise how you worked through challenging times and deepened your marriage vows. Your letters are to be sealed in individual envelopes and placed inside the marriage box. Do not share the letters until the day of your anniversary. However, at any time during the year, should you find you are struggling to keep your marriage strong, you may open the marriage box and reread your wedding vows and the love letters from all previous anniversaries. This will provide a unique opportunity to remind yourselves of how you feel right in this moment and encourage you to work hard to bring back all the loving feelings of this special moment. Kim and Lena, could you please pass Philip and Chloe the card cards? Just open the box and place them in. Well done. The wind is not helping us today. It is not our friend. Your marriage box is no longer empty, as you have just placed the vows you made to each other today inside. Continue to love, support and respect each other. Don't forget to be playful and romantic, ensuring that you strive to keep the marriage box full. Okay, can you please hand it back to Lena? Beautiful. Elizabeth, Lena and Kim, you have witnessed the promises made by Philip and Chloe that they shall live together in marriage from this day forward. They have taken their vows, exchanged rings and pledged their love in our presence. Philip and Chloe, I am therefore delighted by the virtue of the authority vested in me to declare you to be husband and wife. Please clap and cheer for our new Mr. and Mrs. Lovely. Okay, it is now time to sign the marriage certificate so that we can make it all legal. Once we have completed that, we can go and celebrate together. Can you please come over to the table?
Three certificates today that we will need to sign. So I will get you that Chloe to sign first and hold it at a bit of an angle. So if you can sign there.
No, not Lena.
No, Lena signs underneath
Oh.
and sign here. So she's
Oh,
your
yeah.
witness. You sign there.
Gotcha.
Excellent. And finally, your marriage certificate. So you are the bride. Beautiful. Your turn, Philip. So if you can sign here. Lock it. And here. And for the groom. Lovely. Your turn, Lena. So you'll be signing underneath. That's where Chloe has signed in that box. Oops, the wind's killing us. And finally, witness underneath. Lovely. Your turn, Kim. Alright, so if you can sign underneath where Philip has signed with us. Lovely. And the same on here. Up. And the last one for you today, just underneath where Philip has signed. Perfect. My turn to sign. To make it legal. Last but not least,
I would just like to thank you for joining Philip and Chloe today in these beautiful grounds to witness their marriage. I'm just about to present them with their marriage certificate. I know it means the world to them that you have been part of this ceremony, and even more importantly is the love and support they know you will continue to give them as they leave here as husband and wife. Lana and Kim, could you grab your little bottles of bubbles, please? Standing close. And please shower our beautiful bride, very handsome groom in bubbles as they leave here today as Mr. and Mrs. Ng.